Alright, we're back. Time to get dialed in. Been slacking. Been slacking for a little bit. I'm gonna get dialed in now. I'm gonna go on a heater. Alright, dialed series engaged. Let's look at a few of these names. A couple names that I'm watching. First off, a couple that have made some nice moves, and then a couple that I'm seeing developing. Chewy made a crazy move, but tough to get on this one just because of the gap up. This was something in here that looked really nice. Had a really nice move here. A little too high and extended for me right now, but that was an interesting one. Also, this Dutch Bros, lower volume here, but had a really nice move in here, and I'm actually kind of on the fence here about another leg up. Interesting weekly 2-year. I mean, I could see this making another leg up. This is something I'm watching. Couple things here. This IREN. I'm not even gonna go over what I had mentioned in the past videos because that was probably 2 weeks ago. So let's just start fresh here. This was one that made a monster move. All these mining names are starting to see some action. This in particular, Wolf and IREN, which had a monster move. But this Wolf now is starting to shape up here. Maybe we see a little consolidation in this 280 kind of neighborhood, and then another leg up. This has a lot to do with what Bitcoin's doing. I usually take a look at Coinbase just to kind of get a reference, but not my favorite kind of play with the whole Bitcoin, situation, and well, just the fact that a lot of these moves have to do with how the Bitcoin is trending, or Bitcoin. But interesting looks there on the miners. This BLNK, this is probably one of the top ones that I'm zooming in on here. If we bring it in here, it's been destroyed big picture, but if you take it into the weekly 1 year, you can start to piece together a little bit of a look here. I'm really liking if we go to the monthly 1 year and we take into account this first big green day. This is 323 top, so that's really the most important level to me. Then if we bring it back in here, weekly 1 year, 323 is right in this action here. So this is really our line in the sand, in my opinion. 323, right where this recent green day had a moment above 323, and it kind of stuffed, and now we're holding below. So this is a big one that I'm watching. Moving averages don't look great, but that's not the end of the world. Going on the hourly, again, 323 is really a big zone. You can see it gapped back here on 522, shot above 323, then we gapped below, held below. So 323 or bust on this one. I'm really gonna start to be a little bit more precise with my entries on when I'm getting in, my timing, because I find I'm getting a little loose with some of these bigger picture names that look good. Whereas if I was to just wait for this 323 zone to really tighten up and show us something, you know, exciting on the hourly, then I think we'll jump in on that. Again, these are all to the long side, by the way. So BLNK, interesting. I really like this. I'm not really going to talk too much about the bigger picture sectors and the SPY and all that, because right now I'm just kind of over that. It's like, okay, it just goes up. That's really all we need to know. I mean, I'm being sarcastic, but, you know, I said the NVIDIA way back. If anyone goes back and watches the old videos, I basically was saying this is, oh, we had the split. Oh, wow. Just noticing that. Well, this did get past 1,000. I think we did some sort of like 10-to-1 split or something. But everything's just going nuts. So it seems like maybe till the election, we're just going to be in crazy, you know, all stocks go up. So with that kind of theory, we're just looking for the best moves with tight windows to put our trades on with, you know, small risk and big reward. Obviously this GPS, this gap, not really a name that I particularly care for, but again, these names have been kind of running these gaps, near highs, just like similar look to the Chewy. There also was this Hims, couple others, but so this, oh, the Bros, similar, the Bros. So this GPS, obviously those are all kind of scattered throughout the different sectors, but this is something that I might entertain for a long, with these gaps, similar to what I said about Chewy. They're not as clean, they're not as visually appealing, because obviously you have this big air pocket here that's kind of freaking you out to the downside, but still opportunity as long as you have, for one, the balls to hold it overnight, and two, the ability to cut the losses if it does go south. So I'd like to see this kind of tighten up, maybe kind of consolidate and give us a nice visual here, some sort of tight, you know, flag kind of situation. I haven't really dove into any levels, any key levels. This one's kind of, again, because it's a bigger name. Let's see what the float is here. 223 million. Alright, so it's not terrible. It has some potential to move. So that's another one we're watching, and I'm gonna run through a couple of these other ones. We have I was looking at this here, this SOUN. Nothing right this second, but we've seen a little bit of action kind of flowing in. The AI got something. I just thought this monthly is starting to kind of look interesting here. But that's a bigger picture. That's a bigger picture one. Let me just focus on the here and nows. This was another one just for a quick, you know, recap. Another really nice move. This ASTS, I believe this was an AT&T. This had some AT&T type news, and had a big move there. Let's see what else we get. I'm just kind of flying through this stuff. We're entering the dialed series. I'm gonna start just going just going nuts. This was something I was watching for the older videos, if you saw any of that. I was starting to kind of zone in on this monthly here, but it actually, I started in scaling in here, but it just didn't do what I wanted. I wanted to see it kind of gather and consolidate in this 140, because we had this nice moving average kind of squeezer that I looked for. I thought we were going to get the pop, consolidate in 140, and then make a big run, but did not happen. But still something I'm keeping in the bullpen, big picture, because that just looks juicy if that can kind of curl and start to challenge this 2 area. So that's a back burner. Couple of these other ones. This TSHA, I was watching this. I think this was back on like 2 weeks ago, but this one hurt. I didn't take part in this because I kind of spooked myself on the low volume. But this hurts. I mean, this is just beautiful. Kind of pops on volume, gets tight, exactly what we're looking for. Tight pop on volume, tight consolidation under key levels. Then we have the pop, which this is typical with a lower volume name, where it's just kind of pop grind instead of explosive, parabolic moves, just because there's less volume. But then we had another pop grind right under key levels, and then this nice move here. So this one kind of hurts to look at, but as a visual, it's a good learning lesson. And we had this nice, I believe it was the weekly 2 years okay, but the monthly was really nice. If you look in here, this really was nice, because if, like I just said, we're looking for the pop on volume, then the consolidation under key levels. Well, this is a monthly 10-year. I just zoomed in, but this is a monthly chart, and this is the exact look that I was just highlighting on the daily chart, just on a bigger picture. So you the pop, the consolidation below key levels, and then the blow through. So this one hurts to look at, but like I said, I'm getting back on track. I've been slacking for 2 weeks, so we're not missing anymore. This GERN, I saw this last night. Let's take a look at this. I haven't even looked at this, but I've seen this name over the years. Kind of an odd. Anytime there's a situation like this with this massive candle, even though this is from 2018, it kind of just throws a monkey wrench in the whole system. So, that's the first thing I see that kind of throws me off. But even this action, sometimes I just throw these top gainers on my watch list, and then I come and look at them after the fact. So don't think there's too much there. Rumble, DJT. I'm really starting to see this DJT. I mean, with the election, with Trump news basically every 5 minutes, this to me is really starting to shape up. This is a monthly 10-year, so big picture, it looks really interesting. This is something I don't want to let fall off my radar. And we're starting to squeeze in the moving averages. So DJT has the potential to be, one of the monster moves. It has that macro news potential. Weekly chart looks okay. Monthly chart looks money. If we can get over this 67 zone, this could be something that goes to 100. You could blink and this could be 100. So we're definitely keeping an eye on this. But again, like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm trying to focus more on being precise with my timing, because I'm finding I'm getting a little sloppy on letting my entries kind of spread a little too wide and trying to predict things. Whereas if you don't necessarily wait, I don't like to think about waiting, but you kind of hang in there, and once that volume and that confirmation comes in, you're prepared and you're ready to pounce on it and still be early instead of waiting and jumping on it way too late. It's kind of a in-between ground where you're waiting for consolidation, but you're also early to the move. It's because a lot of people say, oh, wait for confirmation, but it's by the time you wait for confirmation, sometimes you feel like you're too late and then you psych yourself out. So we're getting dialed in here. This BNAI, kind of a shitty looking thing, but a lot of volume. I was looking at this last night. Anything with that kind of volume, 181 mil, you gotta kind of think that there could be a second leg up there. This weekly looks interesting. 550 is a key level. This is one of those awkward ones, but this could have a monster move. Let's see how 14 mil on the float. And again, I'm just running through these. We're not going too deep on just one thing right now. I'm just getting back in the flow. Just throwing out some ideas. But BNAI, this has potential. It's definitely got the volume. Couple other ones let's run through real quick. Let's just pop through these cannabis names. I'm still watching those. If you've been here from the beginning, again, that's what you got to do. You just got to keep looking at the same ones over and over, and then all of a sudden they set up and then you're ready. See, that's what I'm talking about with the being prepared and waiting. We're not waiting, we're stalking. We're stalking the stock. So all these cannabis names have kind of rolled over. They've, ever since we had this here, this big day, this was when this was either the Germany legalization or the federal decriminalization, if I'm saying that right. But since then we haven't frickin' sniffed a bid, so could be something coming in the works on some of these cannabis names, at least for a bounce. I mean, it's gonna take some time to get back to breakout levels, but gotta keep our eye on that. Couple other ones. I said BLNK, right? Yeah. The Alt M I was looking at, this one would kind of just nothing really there. Let's see, what else do we have? This TIGR, I saw this last night. Lowish volume, but this one has a history of making some irrational moves upward. We've seen that over the years. Now, the only real good visual on this one, I believe, is I had this. Let's see, I had this like this last night. We have this, I'm trying to get this in nice and tight here. We had this We had this big candle here back on 3/1/22. This is in here at 5, and if you can see, I'm trying to get this. Okay, here we go. We got this beautiful kind of box action. Here's our action that we were just looking at that I zoomed in more precisely. It's 491, the top of this big green day. So 491 really is our line in the sand, just as I said on BLNK with that what was the price there? I said the 320 zone. Same thing here, this 491. We're working out of this, kind of working out of this this big 3-year box here. So 491 would put us up at this highs. Now, a little bit tricky here. I mean, you'd be chasing in up in this action, but if this could consolidate, maybe the moving averages could catch up and we could kind of squeeze out, like I said, underneath these key levels. Now this one isn't an A plus, but something that I'm kind of keeping my eye on. It'd be nice if this move that I'm talking about, this box on the monthly, was more of a blue sky breakout, not kind of running into all this. So, you know, not the highest grade trade, but that's another idea. So just a couple there, but we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna come out firing now.